All right. Hello, everyone. It's another beautiful Saturday morning. I am going to go ahead and get us started here. Tanya is going to be doing some, more training on how to, what are we doing? We're organizing the day, the month, the day?
Yeah, month and week.
Month and week. And yes, you guys, these trainings that we're getting from Tanya, these are very, very monumental moves towards becoming a better you in organizing your day and getting things done. If you plan for it, it's going to happen. If you don't plan for it, it's probably not going to happen. And you're also going to have a very weak fortitude of your day where you will get knocked down and not get back to where you should be, and you'll lose an hour, lose 2 hours, and then you're not getting things done. And, a lot of people will make excuses, which are dangerous, that, oh, well, I tried to get everything done, but this and this happened. When you have a schedule, you have a path to get right back to, right? You can stay the course if you have a course to stay. And that is so, it's so in need, not, and it's a great habit to have. But it's such a need. I mean, imagine that you're out there in the ocean and you're on a big yacht, okay? And you're going from point A to point B, right? You got the ocean current moving things back and forth, the weather, and if you don't chart your course to where you're going, you're not going to end up where you thought you wanted to go. You're going to end up who knows where, and you can possibly put your life in risk and the risk of everybody with you. Similar, like your financial life, your success life, isn't going to be on track if you don't chart the course and stay to the course. So if you look at all this training you're going to be getting, think about it like that, where you can be put aside and have your entire life changed, where you don't get what you should get because you didn't plan the course right and stay the course. And if you get off course, you're definitely aren't going to get where you want to go. You're going to get somewhere else. And it's probably not as great as what you want to get, because that's, every one of us we should have pretty big goals. If you don't, and you're not dreaming big enough, then you got to fix that. Because if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And these are the tools to get you there, right? These are the habits and the processes you need to be into, the mindset and the daily exercise to become a better you. And it's all about charting the course and staying to the course. So Tanya, if you would, you guys, she does this all the time. I mean, this is how we live and structure everything. She is sharing all of this with you guys so that you guys can, learn the habits to get there so you guys can rise up with us. And with that being said, babe, it's all yours.
Thank you. Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to another training. And we're going to start today with going back and setting up our breaking down our monthly goals and breaking those down by week. And the best way for me to do it again, I thought, was just to go ahead and record it. So I have a little video. After it's not the full hour. I thought after that I could take some questions maybe. What do you think, Rory? Sound good? We can just take some questions and see what you guys need. But
that sounds great.
Okay. All right.
We'll let them raise their hands at the end of your part, and then we'll go that way. How's that sound?
That's good to me. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do the screen share way here. Let's see where. Share computer sound. I see that, Rory. Thank you for sharing. I would not have even.
Yeah, it's got me so many times.
Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, welcome back, and we're going to get started on. I'm going to kind of walk through a couple different kinds of planners, of goal planning things. I've kind of. Obviously, I started to use this one. I don't recommend this. You guys, I've been doing goal planning for so long, and I've used so many different ones, and I really just I pick and pull from different areas to make what I feel is the best one for me. So this is the one we did our assessment in. It's the Moxie Life. It's $65. So it's a great one if you want to spend the money. I don't recommend it though, other than these, the compass and the assessments, which is why I use this part of it. And and the intention pages that we did, all that. I do like the very first part of this planner. So that's why I like that one. But as long as you know how to do it, you don't need the planner. And you can sign up and download and get these pages if you want to. I'm going to probably do my own goal planning books myself. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking I'm going to be doing. But then we have, it kind of breaks it down. It gives you some ideas. Again, I showed you guys my mind map. This is before pictures. This is what I take with me in my work planner so I can have it always with me. So this one doesn't leave the house. And as you guys know, everyone here knows I travel a ton. And so this just isn't functional for me for traveling a ton. And so that's why I didn't really share this one, other than I do like this part of it, just this very part. This is where it stops for me. This is where the effectiveness of this stops. But I'm gonna leave these open because I'm probably gonna be referring to, actually I'm not gonna be referring to these for much longer anyway. So what I really, really like is this Clever Fox. I'll get into this one in just a second. I like the Clever Fox. This is what they call a 90-day goal planner, which they actually call it, I think it's a 13-week. So it's the Clever Fox 13-week Ultimate Achievers Planner. I love this one. I've been using this one for quite a while, and it can travel with me. It's really, really effective. And I'll kind of walk through this one for you guys. But the thing I like about this, the only thing about this right now is this is sold out everywhere. On Amazon, even on the Clever Fox, it's sold out. It will come back, I'm sure. They have different colors. This is just the one that I was able to get my hands on. Color stuff doesn't really matter to me. And then the thing I don't like about it is that it only has 5 goals. So let me pull this out here. So it has the 5 goals sections. You can see here. 4, and then it has the 5th one. That's it. I think it needs to have the 8 because this one also has the 8 sections. The only difference here is that it splits the family and friends and relationships into 2 different categories, and it doesn't have physical environment, which I think physical environment is important. So I just replaced the relationship with environment and use the family and friends as also relationships. So that's all. The rest of them are exactly the same. But I really like this process of goal planning where you have the original goal and then it kind of has your milestones. And I use these milestones as like my weekly set, my weekly intentions, if you will, of what I'm going to get done in that time frame. So this is my favorite. And then from there it has your monthly, which I love to use all this section down here. If you guys can see, it is dot grid. I don't know if you guys can see with the light here, but it is dot grid there. And this is where I like to write a lot of the stuff. A lot of my my action items, I call them. So we're going to get into that, but it gives you the 4 months here. So it's a 90-day, and then it goes into your weeklies here. So here's your weekly plan for your goal setting. Here's what you need to do for your week. And then it has your week, and then it has your days in the back here, and a lot of these are used. So let me go from the week review, and kind of the same thing. And then here are your dailies. So this is where I time block. Let me zoom in for you guys just a little bit so you can kind of see better. But I love the main goal for the day, your priorities for the day, and then I love having my time block system. This is from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. I work a little longer, I'm up a little earlier, but this is effective for me. I love how you have at the end of the day what your wins and what you'll improve. And then you can also, whatever you goal or whatever you're working on, what area is that as well. And I just feel like this is a really great system. So I've been using this for a long time, and even in the back it has some dot grid pages for note listing and things. So I have been using this one for a long time. I really do actually really like this. It even has a little pocket there to keep stuff in if you need to. And it even has your tabs that say today, a week, and then you have a blank one here for like your notes or for your goal planning situation, like your monthly or whatever you want. So this one is the one I'm most familiar with. And I really like to use this system. But again, this isn't 100% perfect for me for what I want. So in the past, what I have done is I have taken this and just copied it. That's all I did. I just laid this down on my copier and copied out some pages. And then I've used this. So I'm going to show you what I've done in the past so you guys can kind of see my thought process here. And then we're going to get into actually setting up. So I'm set this aside for just a second. and we'll get in. So I do recommend this one, and I think this is like $27, which again, this is only 90 days. If you're looking at the cost of effectiveness, it is what it is. But I'm going so now I take these, my annual goals, and I take these pages that I copied here, and I'm going to break them down. And this is what I did. I started scribbling. This is my scribble, and I wanted to kind of share with you guys what I do. So I'm going to take each of my goals, and then from this list here, I'm going to take 2 items, because if you jump in with everything, it gets overwhelming and nothing gets accomplished. So I just took 2 items. I took one from here and one from there. Perfect. And I wrote them down here. And then my milestones, to me, are really my weekly goal setting. What I'm going to do that week. Okay, so this week, this is what I'm going to get done for this. This is what I'm going to get done for that one, and then the next. This is how I do it. And then I do that for every single one of the 8. And again, this says a relationship, so I just cross that out, and I end up putting my environment here. And again, I just whited these out and put week 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is how I kind of situate this. So again, I went through and for all these. This is like my thought process here. And this could be done in a notebook. Obviously, you do not need to have this for this part. And I don't even recommend using your planner if you have this for this section, just because you're going to scribble. When you're doing goals, it takes a lot of notes, a lot of thought process, a lot of digging deep, really, to see what you want. So anyway, that's what I've done here. Is I've kind of done all these. I'll go over all of these with you in just a second. But I wanted you guys to see what I normally do. And then what I do from there is I'll take these and put them, I'll write the first five in here, and then I'll take the other one here, and I end up taping this in like this. And I do this on each page. So I would cut this down and tape it in, just put a little tape in there on both sides and tape it in there. And then I have my 8 goals, and I've done that a lot, and it works just fine. Nothing's wrong with that plan. But I wanted to show you guys a way to do this that didn't include a planner. It didn't include anything in case you guys don't have that. And honestly, when I first started goal planning, I used a Mead notebook. It worked perfectly fine. I still have it, actually. It worked fine. But now I kind of have graduated up to, I really love dot grid or square grid is actually my favorite notebooks, and they're harder to find. This is from Archer and Olive, and this one I feel like I can use this one for the whole year. That's why I like these kind of notebooks. You'll see Rory and I use these all the time. So let me just take this off and kind of show you what I have going on, and we're going to go ahead and set up in here. So you have a place to write your name, and it's just the dot grid. And I just like the how orderly this is, I guess, is what I like. I don't like the lines as well, but I really like the dot grid. I mean the square grid, dot grid second. Rory loves the dot grid, so it's really just a personal choice. So what we've done to this point, and then we're going to get into this, like I said, is we've done our assessment, okay? And then from there, I'm going to show you this again. So we've done our assessment, which is what we did very first. We kind of did our assessment scoring. We filled out our life chart. We did our intentions, what we want to do. We picked our word of the year. And then we took that and we broke that down into annual goals, things that we want to accomplish throughout the year. And the great thing about these for me is that a lot of times I get these done within the first 6 months, and then I can reassess again in the 6 months. So it really just depends. Some things take longer, obviously, and some don't. So anyway, and then we did our vision board. I have this one here on paper that I can show you, and I also did the one that goes on the wall to kind of show you guys. I'll zoom out. You guys can see here, I did my one on the wall. And that is great as well. So we've done all this prep to get to this point. So I just don't want you guys to think that you can you jump right in here and go. It is a thoughtful process. And even before I got to this point here and here where I did my goals, I spent a lot of time scribbling things down and writing things down to see what I really wanted to work on, what I felt I needed to hone in this year. And this I'll be honest with you guys, this isn't everything. This is just what I wanted to share because some goals for me are very personal and I didn't want to get into every single thing. So this is just what I'm sharing with you guys, and I do have other goals as well. But like I said, some things you just, you don't need to share every little thing. But okay, so from each one of those sections, now you're going to review and I want you to take one or two things. I think two is a great goal because taking 2 items from each section allows you for the 4-week period. We're thinking of this in a 4-week term because we're thinking of this as like a monthly goal setting session, if you will. And then what we do from there is we do this. We're going to write down the area that it is, what are our 2 goals, and then what are the milestones. And for me, like when I was doing this, I did like, okay, so I want to change up my skincare routine. I have a great one, but I want to change and add in some different products to see if things are going to work better for me. So my milestone 1, which is really, like you can see here, my milestone. Let me zoom you guys back in. You guys can see. Hopefully my lighting is okay. Here we go. Okay, so my milestone 1 is, to me, is my week 1. So I always put this in a thought process to where you can see what's going on. So milestone 2, week 2. So for instance, for my skincare, what am I going to do my first week? I'm going to develop my AM routine. What kinds of products I'm going to use on my skincare, what I'm going to do to take care of my skin. That's what I'm doing with my week 1. Which some of this is already done. Week 2 is my PM routine. I want to make sure I develop that. I'm trying some things first for the first little week to make sure I don't have any reactions. There's nothing going on there. And that's why I'm giving myself a little bit of a time here. And then my other goal was photos, and that's something that's really important to me. Is I want to make sure I'm archiving photos and doing things with like that. So my milestone 3, which again is my week 3, I want to figure out the way I want to store them. Do I want to do it digital? Do I want to do it on paper? Do I want to do it in books, pictures? I want to do it in scrapbooking form. How do I want to store them? And then again is how am I going to archive it? So once I figure out how I'm going to store it, now what I want to use to prepare and keep those. So I'm kind of figuring out my game here, if you will. We're just getting going. We're just going to figure out our game for the first month. That's kind of how you set it up. But if you look at these milestones as weeks, it really helps you to have an end goal. If you have an open goal, nothing happens. Nothing happens. It just sits there and looks at you, and nothing happens. So you really have to focus taking and breaking down your goals into bite-sized chunks, and that's what you do here. So you probably haven't done this yet, and that's okay, but this is what I recommend for you guys to do now. So while I'm doing the rest of this, if you want to kind of be thinking of that and maybe taking some notes on the side and scribbling that down, as I'm going to go ahead and set this up and show you. So if you have this, great, do it, and I'll show you how to tip in some of these pages. That's what it's called in the crafting world. Otherwise, I'm going to show you how to do it in a notebook. And again, this is just any notebook will do, really. This is like a half-liter size. I really enjoy this size, so that's what I'm using. So, okay. So there's that. Kind of my intro. Let's go. The other items I'm pulling in, again, because if you guys don't know by now, I am a sticker fiend, I do have some more of these. I'm using this. You can get these online. I found them at thehappyplanner.com, I think is what it's called. And this is just called journaling. If you look that up, you'll see this book there. This is another one, but I don't think I'm even going to use that. But I do like this because I like things neat and orderly, and that's just how I am. And then I have my mild liners, which are actually just highlighters. Again, I've picked the ones that I thought was best for for my 8 sections, and I love things to be color-coded, so that's what I've done here. I think I said I got these at Michael, but I actually got these at Target, if I remember correctly. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to dive into this, my friends, and get going on this so I can show you guys how to do it. Now, there's no wrong way, as you guys know. Whatever makes you do it, whatever that is, that's what you need to do. So I'm just going to take this for the boxes just to keep this neat and orderly, because my mind likes to function neat and orderly. So I have these handy dandy little stickers here. So I'm just going to take these and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to basically outline this here. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And the thing I like about this, like I said, is that you can use this the whole year just as like a check-in thing. So I'm just going to take this in the middle of the page here, and we're going to go with everything. We're going to just write everything down and go for it. So I'm taking my color for the personal section, and I'm just going to go ahead and just draw a couple lines here. All right, I want this to be a little bit messy so that it looks well, like me. So like what I am. So the first one is personal. So I'm just going to write personal. You can do it great, pretty, whatever. I'm actually scribbling in this right now. And then from there, I want you guys to write your milestones. So you don't have to take stickers. You can just do whatever. The great thing about dot grids, you can actually get a ruler if you want to make this all really cute, or you can just throw it in. So I have my notes over here to the side. So again, my 2 that I wanted to work on for the first month was skincare, and the next one is photos. Okay, this is just something that I like to do for me. So then up here, we're going to write week 1, week 2, down here, I'm going to write week 3, and then over here, we'll write week 4. And some months, of course, have five weeks. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. It's just, this is just an outline, right? Again, things can be done faster than this. It's just what you want to do. So week 1, or my milestone 1, again, is my AM routine. So I'm just writing this down. This is what I intend to accomplish in this first week. Week 2 is my PM routine. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do the first half of January, which is already done. So week 3 here is my storage solutions, how I want to store them, my photos, and then week 4 is how to archive. Okay, so there are my goals, okay? And I want to leave this page over here to do, like, I'm going to break this up again and do week 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can do any notes I need to do on that, whatever I need to do on that. And then this is what I'm going to do for every section. So we're going to go into the next one. And again, I'm just going to go from this because this is how I've normally done it. So I'm just going to go from this, and I'm just going to take all of these and just move my way down. So again, I'm doing this, and you guys, I'm so OCD, it's not even funny. But we're going to, oh goodness, I can't. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay, all right. Just leave it, Tanya. Okay, we're good. We're going to go to the next one, which is, I'm going to grab my salmon color, I think this is. Again, I'm just making this just my way to color code it. And honestly, I would normally go back and color code all that too, because I am that person. So I'm going to put fun and rec. So that's my first one. And again, I'm doing exactly the same thing. And I love these pages because you can't see through them really. It's really nice. So week 1, you can use markers on it and it's totally fine. Week 2, so you guys are getting the hang of this. I'm hoping that as I'm doing this, you guys are thinking of yours. Week 3, and week 4 over here. Okay, so then I have my 2 that I'm going to work on, and the first one is I want to plan a girls trip, and then I'm working on my event for October. Okay, so those are my 2 things that I'm working on for this month, and again, like I said, some of these have already happened. So the first one is I'm going to pick a location. And then the second one is I want to schedule it. Okay. And then the third one, I'm going to work on my schedule for the event, which to me, that is speakers. Make sure that is done. And then the other one over here is I'm figuring out the swag that we're having for the event. Okay. So this is all going to be done by the end of January. And then, like I said, normally I would just go like this because I am that person. Like that. Okay, there we go. Moving on to the next. This really doesn't matter. This is just a visualization technique, and it really helps me to visualize, and I really like it. So, do what works for you. And you can do these back to back if you don't need note sections. Whatever you need is like I said. There's no wrong way. Yeah, we're gonna go here. I think we'll go up here. That is just not centered and it's driving me nuts. Okay, so the next one is this, like, what color do they call this? They actually call this red, I think, but it's not red. Okay, so there's that. And this is work and learning. Whoops. Okay, and I'm just going to write down my 2 little dots down here. Make it as cute as you want, whatever, it doesn't matter. So here's week 1, week 2. You guys have the hang of this. Week 3 and week 4. Okay, and then the 2 from this is obviously, I've already done it, goal training. And then I have leadership down. Okay, and then week 1 is breaking down goals, which I've already kind of done that with you guys. Okay, and week 2 is monthly and weekly, which I've already done. Obviously, I've done this before I can even share with you guys, right? Weekly goals. Okay, and then week 3 is, I want to make sure I have scheduled my one-on-ones, and I'm changing my schedule up. And then 4 is how to teach. And this is basically, I'll explain this to you guys since you guys are in my my company with me, is that I'm teaching my leaders how to do check-ins, but I'm doing it myself, and then I'm teaching them how to do goal setting so they can teach their team how to goal set, right? That's what we're doing here. It's all duplicating and doing what we're all doing here. So this is what I'm trying to do for the whole month. Honestly, I think I can pass all those off already, but that's what we're doing. Okay, next, we're going to go back here, and then the next one is family and relationships. So let me take my lavender color here. Family and relationships. Okay, and then I'm going to write my 2 little boxes underneath. And then I'm going to do week 1 up here again. Same exact process. So hopefully this isn't too boring for you guys. And week 3, week 4. I wanted to share with you guys how to do this on your own without buying a planner. That was my thought. Okay, so my 2. I want to have a schedule with the kids, so I'm going to put schedule, kid time, even though my kids are adults. And then I want to have a lunch schedule with Dad, my father. Okay, so week 1, I'm just going to talk with each kid about their schedule. So talk with each child so I can figure out their schedule. Week 2 is time block, making sure I time block that monthly. Week 3 is I'm going to talk with my dad, which I've already done, and time block. And you guys know what time blocking is because I kind of shared that, but it's just a way to put it into action. Because if you can talk with them and have the schedule, but if you don't set time aside, it means nothing, right? So that's why I believe in time blocking. Okay, so here we go. Next one, which is, what is it? Health and wellness? Health and wellness. So let's move on to the next page. Health and wellness, here we come. So we're putting another one here. You guys, obviously you don't need this. I'm just doing it because I like the look of it. And to me, if you like the look of it, you'll be in it more. So it's that simple. So health and wellness. Okay. So then I have my 2 goals that I'm breaking down for the month again. Here we go. And I'm doing my PM schedule with meditation. You know who's amazing at this is my husband. And then meal plan. Those are my 2. And then I have week 1. Of course, if you already have this planner, you wouldn't be doing all this work. But it's actually nice to have something that you can add on and have it all be in one. Okay, so for me, for week 1, I'm going to find a meditation program that I want to follow. So find meditation program, because I want to start somewhere, and then I'm going to time block it, how it's going to fit into my PM schedule. And then the 3rd week, I'm going to my meal plans. I want to make a list of family favorites. So and then week 4 is I want to have I want to make sure I have at least 5 weeks of schedules, of meal planning schedules that I can refer to if I'm in a hurry, and that I have things I can jump back on. But the thing about this is that's hard for me because I love to cook and I love to change things up. So, but I've been working a lot more and I'm not able to cook as freely. So it is important. Okay, next one I believe is spiritual and personal growth. Yes, spiritual and personal growth. Go ahead and grab another one of these. Push down. And we'll write spiritual. To me, they are exactly the same. So I'm just going to write spiritual up here. And then my 2 goals, parts of my goals that I've picked, which is set up journal and AM gratitude. Oops. Okay, so you guys have gotten the hang of this by now. Week 1, week 2. And again, I'm flying through this as fast as I can, so I don't take too long for you guys. Week 4. Okay, so again, for my week 1, what am I doing? I'm going to pick a journal that I want to use, and then week 2 is I'm going to set it up. Week 3 is I'm going to pick a gratitude training. I love to do the books, the AM gratitude books, or the daily scripture challenge book that you flip over. So I'm going to pick gratitude. I'm going to say training, and then time block. Make it effective. Okay, so there is that. And again, yes, I love scheduling. Okay, the next one is going to be finance. I love scheduling because it makes me feel like I know I can accomplish it once I see it in my schedule. So that's what I like to do. Okay. Now, you guys all know that's crooked. I'm going to change it, but we're going to do the best I can. Okay, here we go. Finance. And to me, finance, it means wealth, right? So some people look at this and think of budgets and things like that, which is great. But to me, it's also about building income. That's part of your finances, right? So financial. And then I'm going to put my 2 goals here. I have one I need to get after. I've already finished it. Actually, is create a savings plan for wedding. My son is getting married this year. And so then Bella Vita is my 2nd goal. I'm just putting Bella Vita growth. Okay, and then here we go again. We have week 1. Week 2, week 3, and week 4. So we have a pretty constant growth with Wine Ambassador, but Villa Vita, I really want to focus on that this month to help my husband. So let's talk about creating my wedding budget. Is just the first thing is just setting a budget, figuring out what do we want to spend, what we need a lot for that. The other one is a saving schedule, which again, I've already done these because we're past these. It's already done. And then 3 for Villa Vita is I want to help my leaders. So help leaders, which includes my husband. And then the other one is help them with their growth. So if I need to help with anybody's training, doing classes, holding things, whatever I need to do, is I'm going to help with the growth. So I'm very fortunate in the fact that I work with my husband and we are a solid team. We support each other 100%. We believe in edify and uplift each other. And so I am there to help him. So when he's doing something, he's growing, he's helping training, I'm helping him as well with that. And so that's kind of how I want to make sure I'm helping. We like I said, we have a solid plan with our wine company. We're doing really well. You guys are doing really well. Super proud of you guys. And honestly, the growth to me, I want this to grow with financial income. That's also about you guys growing with financial income. So it makes me really, really happy to see you guys succeed. Okay, so the next one here is our physical environment. So I'll put this last one down and take this out. And then here what we've done is we've broken these down. And this training that I just showed you is really for monthly and weekly. That's what I'm showing you here. I'm breaking this down for the month, and then I'm breaking it down for the week. So that is that. Here we go. So this one is for our environment. And then our 2 goals. And week 3 over here. And yes, I'm going to switch it up. Week 4, why not go backwards? Week 1 and week 2. There we are. So these, I'm doing a 12-month declutter. I love to do these anyway. I don't know if you guys do, but I'm a super, super clean person, especially with my seasonal intentions there. And then I'm doing some shelving for the outside. So I have 2 goals for my environment, which is the indoor and outdoor. So I'm just taking one from each. So I'm really, really clean. I'm really, really organized. I cannot function in messy areas. That's just my personality type. Some people can function very well, and that's great for them. So I like to break this down and take different rooms and areas of the house and just kind of go through and see. I don't know if you guys have heard of like a black bagging trick where you go through with a black bag, look through everything you can donate and get rid of it. There's all different ways to do it. But the first one here is the basement of my house. I really want to go through that, and I want to look at, there's also a storage area downstairs. I want to really get those done. Week 3, I need to get this, so I need to find the shelves, which I just did. I found what I want for the garage, and then install. Super easy. Like I said, this isn't overwhelming. This is just what I want to do. Okay, so that's what I have there. So what I've done in the, I think, 30 minutes here is I've taken the 8 different areas of our goals. I'm going to go back to the first one here. The 8 different areas, and I've helped you guys figure out how to break down our goals monthly and weekly, and that is exactly what I've done here. So if you look at these are our monthly goals here, and then these are the weekly goals, and we've done that for each of the 8 areas of our life. And then that is how we do this. That's how I do it all the time. And again, they'll get more in depth if I finish something first. Sometimes I'll have like a list over here, and I'll have that for catching up with them, or have something else I can fill in. But also sometimes some other ones take extra long and you don't have as much time. So it really is efficient just to have the 2, really focus on those. And then as we go throughout the months, we can use this for the whole year and just keep doing this for all 12 months. And then again, over here is notes, different things you did wrong, different things you thought, different things you want to change. And you can divide that up into weeks over here. And then you have it'll look something like this, except for I really think these are important as well if you want to do this, which is if I achieve this goal, my life will improve by what? How will this improve? And then break down your week 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and your deadlines, which are here. So, and you have your deadline by when you want them done. To me, this is the deadline. I've I've figured it out. This is what I want. This is how I want to accomplish and how I want to be successful in those areas. And then if you need more than this, if you need more help with this, that's what you should use these areas for. Like my schedule, what kind of a schedule am I looking for over here? Pick that out. Like for instance, swag. I have a list of swag and different things that we're wanting to offer for the next convention because it'll be in person. And so I have those kinds of things, and then you're breaking it down with the budget and different things like that. So there's all different kinds of ways to do this, but this is really effective, you guys. It really takes those larger goals and helps you to see success and improve every month. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this and you found it useful. And next week I'll show you how to do a month-end assessments of your goals and how to move forward. So anyway, thanks you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Okay. That was it, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I feel like really it's the easiest way to do this is just to kind of show you with an overhead view. So that's how I have done it. I hope, and I wanted to really, it was important to me to show you guys how to do this without any kind of thing other than a notebook. Because truthfully, you don't need anything but a pen and a notebook. And just breaking those down, it's really important. It's super important to take, if you want to achieve your goals, it's super important to take them and take little pieces of each goal and work on it each month. And so like I already kind of mentioned, I didn't realize I had already said it, but the next week, I'll just kind of show you how to assess the end of the month goals, assess them and get ready and prep, do mind prep for the next month. And then I think that'll be a complete training in this area. What do you think, Rory?
Yep, I think we got it there. So we do have some questions. Are you ready?
Oh, sure.
All right, so let's start with Marla Robinson is first. So I'm going to ask her to unmute.
Hello.
Hello, Marla.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, Tanya, I'm a very somewhat organized like you, but my question is, and you may cover this in the next training, I don't know with what you just said, but when do you start all of this for the next month? Like 2 weeks before the next month?
I usually just do it all in one day. Because at the end of the month, we're going to reassess all of our goals, kind of how we did. If there's any of those goals we didn't meet, and how to kind of continue forward. And then we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to pick a couple of the goals that we want to either ones that we want to continue on or new ones to kind of help us meet our end goal, and we'll do the same thing and break it down exactly like we did this. This is basically how you do every month. But I just like to take it at the end of the month, take a day or a couple of hours if I do a Sunday, and then assess all the goals for the month and then set the next ones. So that's kind of how I do it. I think it's really effective to kind of have a mind mapping session and just sit down and do it all at once. I think it's way more effective that way. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, so I'll just clear that up just a little bit. So Marla, at the end of the month, you're gonna, like, the last day of the month, or the last couple of days of the month, you're gonna assess where you're at. That's what she's gonna teach next week. And in that assessment, you're gonna be putting things forward that you didn't complete this month in the next month. And she's gonna show you how that's done. So, a lot of us do not hit every one of our goals at the end of the month. That's a habit that's forming. And I can tell you, when you do, it feels amazing. And then eventually you'll get into a rhythm where, I'm going to just say this now because I know how this goes, right? I've seen this over years, but when you're not hitting your goals, it's either you're setting yourself up for failure in expecting too much, or you're not doing the right things to get there, or a combination of all the above. You'll get into a rhythm where you're knocking out your goals because you're going to know what you can do and what you can accomplish, and you're going to get better habits to make that happen. You're going to find what those realities are, and it might take years. It shouldn't, but it might. The best thing is going positively forward to go to that direction.
Right. That's what we're doing here, though, you guys. You guys understand that. It's like this first month, this is all trial. It's just like when you do a time blocking schedule for your work schedule, it's all trial. You're figuring out what works for you, what's going to make you guys flow. There's no, like I said, there's no wrong way. It's just how can you achieve your goals to become the best person that you want to become. And like when you're first doing this, you don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. You might have goals that take more time, and you won't know that until you get into them. And like that's not wrong. It's just you won't know it until you get into it, and then we can move those forward. So okay, I'm going to need more time on that. And it's fine. As long as you're taking steps and continually improving, it's not wrong. So.
All right, next one is Simone. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good morning, you guys.
Morning.
I just had a question. So she blocked off the month and she blocked off the 4 weeks. What does that look like for the day, time-wise, for each of the sections? That's what I was wondering. She did 8 different sections and they had all of them had a week 1. How does that lay out for the week with all 8? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're asking for time blocking. Yeah, I understand. Most of those don't take long. The longest one that would take for me there would be probably the environmental one. I mean, my environment, which is I'm cleaning my basement. That actually will take me like a day. But the rest of it is truthfully just doing a little bit of research. I probably could do it all in one day. But again, that's me. So I just take, you guys, like I have a time that I work on myself, right? You guys are the most important person in your environment, in your life, is you, really, truthfully, is our happiness, is what we're here. And then by extension, our family. So take a day for yourself. Sunday is my day. That's my day. I do all my spiritual stuff and my own self-building on that day. And that's the day when I do a lot of that. So I really don't need more than that. I can get it all done pretty usually. I mean, like if you went through and looked through my week 1 goals, setting in a routine, that's easy. Pick it out. Next time I'm taking a location for a trip. The next one was I'm breaking down my goals. Now that one took me a long time. I will be honest with you. That one took me a while, and I actually probably took about 2 weeks on that one because I was doing it the week that I was doing it early normally. So, like I said, you won't know until you get into it. But truthfully, a lot of this can be done for me in one day. I'm trying to make sure we're all working a schedule, right? So, and I could do that, Rory, if we want to. I can break it down into time blocking, but I just really feel like as long as you have a day that you work on you, whatever that is.
Yeah, I was just wondering because you had 8 different sections.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so you got 8 different goals for 1 week.
Right.
How does, do you take 2 of them and do them on Monday, 2 on Wednesday? I mean, I just was wondering what that looked like.
Yeah.
For a week with all 8.
Simone, if that works for you, that's great. Just taking a couple a day and working on them, that's perfect. Normally, like I said, most of this I would be doing it on a Sunday or a Saturday, and then getting it done. Like I said, the biggest thing for me that's going to be at the time would be the cleaning, because that actually just takes time to organize and clean. So that's probably actually a 2-day process for me, but that's the biggest thing. And that's why when you're doing this, just knowing how much time that's going to take, because if you guys cleaning is going to take more than a day, then obviously that's a 4-week goal. I know people that clean in a month, they take a room a month and just do parts of the room. So it is really, truthfully, that's such a good question, because it is about knowing your schedule and knowing how you can fit that in for you. I can easily fit this in. That's when I was scheduling it. I knew how much time I had, and I was scheduling that what I could accomplish. So that's a really good question.
Thank you.
Rory, and who's the next one?
Next one is Ellen Griffith. And you can unmute Ellen. There you are.
Am I on? Okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess
on.
I am. I can see. It's not really so much a question, more of thank you. I kind of am a person that gets in my own way on a daily basis. So when I set my goals, I always set these goals that are like huge goals, not realizing that, my goals can be as simple as scheduling to schedule, kind of. Yeah. So more than anything, it's just a thank you for what you're doing. I appreciate it. It's kind of put things in perspective for me.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, you're very welcome. I wasn't sure this would even be effective, but Rory said it would be helpful. So I've just been doing goal setting for so long that to me this is like a no-brainer. But I didn't understand that this was something that people needed help with, and so here I am. Anything
we
else
don't
you
know
guys?
what we don't know. And that's, I mean, Tanya and I, we were breaking down and we're talking to the leadership, and a lot of our leaders weren't exactly getting the most out of their day. Like, you can squeeze out a lot from the lemon. You just got to know how to approach it.
Right.
And we want lots out of the lemon. Okay. Wow, we just got popped up here. So next, and the guys, if you guys go short, we got 7 minutes. I'm gonna after Pamela Rogers, no more questions, okay? Because we got to go right to the next training. So Kim Moore, you can talk now, Kim. You can unmute.
Thank you.
There she is.
I was really excited because I just got my planner in yesterday, and I got it out of the mailbox. I got the Hourly Pro undated, and I'm kind of confused. It's set up to where all the weeks are at the end after all the months.
Right.
And it confuses me. I like want my weeks at I want the month and then the weeks right after that month, because so I'm like wanting to send this back, and I want to, if the dated one comes right after it, then I want to get the dated one, but I don't want to order it if it's not like that. And you've ordered all these planners. I know you know what planners are what. I want one with the weeks after the month. So like if I got 1 month, I want those weeks after that month, and then go to the next month after that, because I can't function. My brain doesn't work that way. I don't want to have to flip and do the weeks after it. So I'm not spending this much money and then have to my weeks don't go that far back. So
I'll find one for you, Kim. I don't know. I actually function the opposite way. I like to have my months together, my weeks, and then my days.
And
So
I need the big things.
Hey, Kim,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let's listen to me for just a second. I know you very well now. That planner is set up under an amazing structure, and it's just going to take you adapting to it a little bit more. I'm gonna tell you what I do, and I'm gonna show you right here.
Okay.
You see those tabs? This is a brand new book for me. I just moved to another one, but I put tabs, and it probably came with tabs. I think it comes with tabs. So as you're working on January, you put the tab for January and the tab for the weeks. And then you do the same for February, so you can go back and forth. But when you look back at it, when you get done with that planner and you look back at it the previous year, you're gonna be able to see your patterns and what you did. So it has an amazing 2020, 2020 vision looking backwards as well as working forward on it. You might actually fall in love with the way that's structured. That is a complete, here's an OCD planner, knowing how OCD minds are, and that's what you have right there. So before you knock it, I'm just letting you know, that is a brilliant layout if you understand what you're trying to go for. And where you're going into a new area, Kim, of organizing your life, you might want to just stick with that, try it out. And here's the thing, if you don't like it, next year you go, I didn't like doing that. This other planner I found does something different. I mean, Tanya still changes from year to year too when she finds something and to get going. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just do it. Do something that makes you more organized and go forward that way. Kim, I would suggest doing the tabs.
Okay.
That planner is awesome.
Okay. So the undated, it gives you, it's only got the little small instruction thing, but it'll still give me the information, and it'd be all right, and just use the tabs.
Yes. And
Okay.
the tabs, then you don't have to try to flip through it. The tabs just make you know right where it's at.
Rory,
Right.
there's a
Yes,
benefit to putting all those months together, and I don't know if you guys know that benefit, but the reason for that is that you can plan ahead. You can pre-plan all your months go together. Your month is your overview, right? It's where you fit everything in.
You froze.
So when you're pre-planning your month ahead, you're scheduling everything on there, Kim. Everything. I use that as kind of my brain dump for my monthly overview. Birthdays, family events, work events, scheduled things. And when I'm planning, because we have so many events, so much traveling, I like to have the months all together, because sometimes my months run together. We'll be gone from 1 month into the next, and I can schedule it all together. So there is a benefit to having it that way. It is efficient. But if it doesn't, if you want to try it, great. If you don't, it's okay. I can send you one. I'll send you a link for one that isn't that way. I'll look and see if I can find one. But I honestly prefer the way that you have it, because I have my months, then I have all my weeks, and I actually have dailies. I have it all in one. And
I've never had a daily like that. I've always had just a monthly.
Yeah.
I that's all
recommend
I've
it.
ever had is the monthly with the
Hey, Kim,
squares.
I
So
think-
doing the
I think
daily,
if you-
new for me.
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, new is good. New is good. Change is good. Like, you know, I'm just going to tell you, like, the way that's, again, I'm just going to, and then we'll go on. And Karina Belcher, you'll be up here in a second. And actually, you can unmute now. But I'll tell you, Kim, as you get started and go forward on it, you might really appreciate the way that is structured. And when you get done with 1 year and you go back, it's all there to look at. Like, you know, it'll be easy to find, or what did I do in March? It's just amazing how that structure is. It really,
I
really
trust
is a
you
good-
guys. I
So-
trust
so
y'all implicitly with this. Y'all are the best planners in the world. I'm going to trust y'all and I'm going to run with it.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. All right, Karina, you're on. Karina Belcher.
That. It wouldn't unmute.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying to use planners for years, and mine is usually just a daily, weekly.
Mhm.
You know, it'll have the month at the beginning, so I can put in appointments and stuff like that, and then put the daily. But I've never really tried to figure out how to do my goals. So that is amazing, because I definitely need some goals. I need to be able to get everything in order, not just the appointments. And it's awesome. Thank you so much, Tanya.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, and we'll end with Pamela Rogers,
Can you
and
hear
then we'll
me?
go right to the next training. Hey, Pamela.
Hi. I just want to say thank you so much, Tanya. I have never planned nothing, so this is all new to me. But I wanted to let everybody know too that the other day I was at the Dollar Tree and I'm always looking for new stuff in the office stuff. And I actually found one of those books with all those dots, and I was like, I wonder if I need one of these. And I didn't get it, but I will be going back to get it. And I thought that was something when you brought that book out, and I had just seen it the other day. But I thank you a lot.
No, you're very welcome.
Yeah, that's a good find there. We don't see those at our dollar stores too often. That's a good find.
It was a Dollar Tree, and I was actually really surprised that it was there, but it may be a little too little, but it was a start.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's good to have one that you just plan different things, or you keep your goals and stuff in that you put in your purse and take with you everywhere, right? So we carry smaller. Mine are all smaller. I used to have the bigger size, and now I just do nothing but small sizes because like, you know, you guys know this. We travel so much. I need something that's convenient to travel with, and so over the years, actually it's probably just been over the last 3 to 5 years, I've gone from a big planner to this size. Everything I do is in this size. And then I got my Foxy print. It's the same size. This is my monthly and weekly plan. And then all my notes, the stuff I'm prospecting, working on, the ideas for offer pages, that all goes in my cork books. And actually, I went with this planner for the year. I got this off Amazon. It's a 2021 planner, but it's the months, and then it goes the week. It's the month and the week, then the month and the week. Kind of like what you were saying, Kim. It's this size. But I'm planning this stuff out, and then I go right to the day. And this I only use to plan what I'm doing to teach on the student calls, the instructor training calls, and the MSI calls. Like, I keep track of that so I don't forget the points we're going to cover. That's what this is. But I carry 4 books with me when we travel, and they're all the size. They're just packed that way. There's no right or wrong way. They're just the right way that works for you, and you're going to find that by trial and error.
Right.
So I'll just end with that.
So I just
All
wanted to say 2 things, Rory.
And go ahead. You're good.
I will go ahead. I have the videos I did last week and this week, and they will be up on our, I'm going to make them public now on our, the Wine Life with Rory and Tanya, our YouTube channel. And then, so you guys can find those there if you want to refer to these. And then Kim, I wanted to show you really quick. This is my work planner. Okay, honey. See how it has all my monthlies right here in the front? And then it goes, so these are all monthlies, and then it goes into my weeklies. I'll show you, here's some weeklies. And it's time blocked, 24 hours of time. This is what I use every single day. At the end of this, I have my dailies where I can take notes and do whatever I need to do. this is the best system I have found over years for work. I need the dailies for notes and different things I'm doing with work. And also I do a lot of food pairing and different things like that with our wine tasting, as you guys know. So I have that. So anything that works for you is great, but I have that. And then I have my goal notebook, which is the Clever Fox. So yeah, whatever works for you guys, but I'm just super, super busy. I need to have an organization system that works for me and can move with me. And again, these are all the same size. They're just that half letter. So I can just throw these in my backpack when I'm traveling and I can take it with me and it goes everywhere with me. So, and I do change up a lot. Rory is correct in that sense, and that I get tired of something, I need something new. But anyway, so that's it, you guys. If you want to see these videos, I'm going to go ahead and make them public over there for you guys to refer to. And I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. So bye.
And we'll put it up in the training flow. All right, guys.
Hey, Tanya, thanks. Have a good day. If you're not sticking around, I'll see you later.